Hi everyone, I'm Krylios, Team Rayceen Productions MC and producer. And today joining me, of course, is the legendary Rayceen Pendarvis. Hi, mother.
Salutations. How are you? Salutations
I am
again
doing
to all.
well.
Today we are here with 2020 candidate.
Marya Pickering.
Hi,
And so,
Marya.
how are you? It's such a pleasure to have you.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all virtually, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to tell you about my campaign and to meet you. And I also want to express my gratitude for the service that you are providing to your viewers and to all the citizens in the district by having these interviews with our candidates so people can get to know us and get to know our positions. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're more
Thank
than
you. It's
welcome.
our
So tell
pleasure.
us a little bit about yourself. So let's just jump right into it. So tell us where you're from.
Well, I'm an immigrant and a refugee. My parents fought in the Polish army, and I came here with them and my baby sister when I was 4 years old. I grew up in Massachusetts, but I've spent most of my adult life here in Washington. I've lived here since the mid-1980s. And as an immigrant and a refugee, I've had the opportunity to work my way through a lot of things. And one of the things I did when I was younger is I worked as a cocktail waitress in downtown Washington. So I have a special place in my heart for people who work in our bars and our restaurants and our hospitality industry, because I was in their shoes. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but I was in their shoes once upon a time, and I know the kinds of challenges that they face on a daily basis and the kind of service they provide. And I must say that was one of the jobs I had where I learned skills that I continue to use to this day. So it was a great experience. I spent most of my career after all kinds of jobs in my youth buying things for the Defense Department. So I have a background in the contract management and procurement space. I raised a daughter who is a lady engineer. So I took a lady through the STEM process, and I'm a longtime parishioner at Holy Trinity Church in Georgetown, which, as you may know, is the oldest site of Catholic worship in Washington, D.C., and the parish was founded shortly after our country was free, and we were able to have our First Amendment rights to freedom of worship.
Amazing. Thank you.
That's
So
wonderful.
I love that. So tell us, why are you running this year?
Well, I'm running because I think we can do better in our city. No more business as usual is my campaign mantra. And I know from talking to people all over town that people in all 8 wards are kind of tired of the business as usual mindset, the sweetheart deals with developers, the less than competent contracting practices. A couple of examples are the sole source lottery contract, the Hill East project. Well, they just go on and on. The Procurement Accountability Review Board that's supposed to oversee these matters hasn't met in about 2 years. And the last time they did meet was to extend a contract on a sole source basis instead of putting them out for full and open competition and serving our citizens well. I think there are many areas where we could do better. We could do better by our small business community to help our small business community thrive. We could do better for our senior citizens. One thing that I'd like to work for is to allow our retirees to keep more of their pension income, because the district is not on par with neighboring jurisdictions who allow their retirees to keep more of their hard-earned income dollars. And Delaware isn't that far down the road, so we need to do more to take care of our seniors and to keep people here to provide for a strong economy.
Oh,
And
100%.
it's so important. I can feel your passion and I can feel your commitment. And it's so important that, especially when folks talk about their background and talk about the community of being in service. And that's so important. That is, I always say, to be in service is the greatest gift, because it's humbling, it teaches you about people, and it shows the world how passionate you are about things that are near and dear to your heart.
Definitely.
So, Krylios,
Yeah. What would you say are your top 3 issues that you want to tackle if you are elected?
Okay, well, thank you for asking that. My top 3 issues are, first of all, a quality education for everybody. And As an immigrant, I know firsthand that a good education is everyone's ticket out of poverty. It worked for me. It worked for Frederick Douglass. It worked for Dr. Ben Carson. It should work for everybody in the city. We should have a goal of a 90% high school graduation rate for our public high schools, and we should also have a robust career track for vocational and technical education, so that people who don't go on to 4-year or 2-year institutions can graduate, start small businesses, and or work for small businesses or larger businesses, and be able to successfully support themselves. And my second issue is ending homelessness in the city. I think the fact that we have a homeless population and that we have our libraries hiring social workers to reach out to the homeless, this is a testament to the failure of past administrations to care for the neediest among us. One thing I'd like to say is that I am not participating in this so-called fair elections scheme, because I don't see how it's fair for me or for any other candidate for public office to take public money when we have our neighbors sleeping in the streets. What is fair about that? We really need to rethink our priorities, and we need to have city agencies who are already tasked with working these issues work with our faith community and work with organizations like Friendship Place, Miriam's Kitchen, the many other organizations we have in the city who are working to end homelessness. We should have our goal to have 0 homeless people in the city. And my third issue is public safety and real criminal justice reform. As a mother, I used to worry about my child. Well, I think mothers always worry about their children. Okay, so we have that in common with everybody. We want our city to be a safe place for all of our citizens. Our advisory neighborhood commissions should work closely with the Metropolitan Police Department on adequate policing practices and community service, so that all of our neighborhoods are safe for our citizens. And as our economy bounces back from this COVID lockdown, we should take a look at second chance employment for our returning citizens, because as President Reagan used to say, the best social program for anybody is a job. So we should allow people who are returning, who've done their time and paid their debt to society, to be able to successfully participate in the thriving economy that we can have in this city.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to, close it all out, let us know, how can the viewers support your campaign? How can they find out more about you?
Well, we have a website, www.marya, that's MARYA, DC2020.com. And on our website, we also have links to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter accounts, and so forth. But they can learn more about that on our website. There's a profile of me. I'm also on LinkedIn, so you can, check me out on LinkedIn if you want to. But our website, www.maryadc2020.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Marya. Thank you. It was lovely meeting you, and this was a lovely interview. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for allowing me to share my ideas with you about a better future for our city, and thank you for letting me tell you about my campaign. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was a pleasure having you. And most of all, to our viewers, thank you for watching.